And go.
Hello. It is so lovely to see you guys. Um, and, it has been a wonderful 3 days. I can't talk. Sorry. It's been a big 3 days, and Rory has been sitting here admiring. There's a camera, sweetie. You look up into there. Rory has been admiring everyone's sailboats. She has had a ball looking at everyone and cheering you on, and so have we. I hope you caught our slideshow. We had some of your wonderful sailboats here, and Rory just wanted to say hi before she goes and watches a movie. Well, while we finish up. I think she might join us for the next workshop. We'll see. We'll see if she can stay up late enough. Go ahead, kiddo. But thank you all for joining me tonight. We are here to celebrate you and celebrate everything that you have done. We're also going to come on and bring a couple of our current Creative Circle members on. We're going to have 2 or 3 of them, and I did want to let you guys know that one of our incredible members, Carissa Griffin, she had life happen, and oh my goodness, we have all had life happen before. She had an unfortunate incident with a dog getting sick in the back of her car. So Carissa, if you catch this later, I am so sorry. Why do these things always happen at the worst possible time? So the best of luck. I hope your dog feels better. I feel so sorry about your car. That's so unfortunate. So we are going to have Bonnie Welch on in a little bit. And before we get going with that, I wanted to kind of show a few of the paintings. Hey, love, every time you touch the table, it shakes the camera. So I've got my cameraman on the same table with me, so that's why it was moving just a little bit. But if we'll go ahead and I was just scrolling through my phone and I saw some of y'all's incredible paintings, and I wanted to bring them up and just give a shout out to some of y'all. So Linda Holmes, she said this was her finished painting, many mistakes, especially on the far right sailboat. It's just plain wonky, but she learned a lot. Most difficult for me is letting go of my perfectionist, detail-oriented personality. I also learned don't try to paint after 2 cups of coffee. Linda, I know exactly what you mean. It's really hard to paint when you have too much coffee and you're super caffeinated and you're kind of like this. So, but you did a great job. And you know what? First try, you move on from there. You just look at the next one. Look at the next one. Always keep looking forward. Go ahead next. All right. Helen Holtz is one of our incredible Creative Circle members. You might have caught she did a beautiful watercolor sailboat. That's her native medium. And she said, finish for now. Thank you. And again, thank you, Shelby, for all of your helpers to set up this workshop and to be intentional, a positive person when art and color can be so personal. I've painted for many years, but she always got stuck on which colors to use. So this time she took some liberty with more colors. I will add it helped that I did a watercolor sketch first, which is a great tip. Sometimes it's so much easier to do a sketch first, a study, and try that later. And then you've kind of worked out some of the issues. Her style is different from Shelby's, but I'm learning to be a bit looser and more gestural. That takes time to learn that. That's another just wonderful insight. It takes time to learn a new skill. It takes time to do something different. We don't all learn it in one day. You don't learn it in one workshop. That's why you guys can come back again and again and again. Thank you again for the very hard work. Helen, I'm just going to tell you, it has been a pleasure to have you in the Creative Circle. And I love your sailboats. I love the colors you use, and you use so much depth. Really phenomenal job. Hi, Celeste. It's so good to see you. Hey, Canty. Hey, Donna. Hi, Diana. Hey, Tracy. All right, let's go ahead and see what's next. All right, Chris Ross. Chris just joined the Creative Circle, and she loved the workshop. She feels like her sky got too light. Any suggestions? I think it looks great. If you feel like it's too light, listen to that intuition and maybe take a little bit dark and work it back in the same way that we showed you how to work in the light, work in a little bit of dark, but go slow. And always remember that acrylics dry 2 shades darker. So you'll want to mix it a little bit later than you think. And, through this whole process, more than anything else, listen to yourself, because that self is telling you something important. Now, if it's telling you self-doubt, don't listen to that. But if you think listen to things like maybe it needs to be darker, maybe I want this to pop. That's your intuition telling you what you can do for your painting. Hey, Alicia, happy Friday. All right, let's see what's next. Barb was with us and she did an amazing job. She just joined the Creative Circle, and I love your day 3, and I love that this is your style, and this shows your personality. This shows your own hand, and that's incredible and amazing. All right, let's go ahead to the next. Diane had some great sailboats, and I can see her own hand in this as well. She made this her own, and different shapes, just how you work in different, the boats. Sorry, my microphone is dropping. Just how you have a little bit different line work is going to show your personality. So that's phenomenal. All right, let's go to next. Hey, Marcia, good to see you. Hey, Christina. Annie Caswell, she said this was her first online painting class and she's trying to loosen up. Normally, she paints details small and on her own time. Still needs a bit of work. Time went fast with not the correct palette, but I had fun. A different way of painting for me. Well, Annie, we are so excited that you were able to join us for your first online painting class. We do love being in person, but there are a lot of benefits to being online too. We can reach more people. We can do it for a greater value, and you can go back and rewatch it. I know that's one of the hardest things I've done from in-person workshops is, you have an afternoon, you have 3 hours, you have a weekend, and you can't record it. You have to like make notes and it's happening too fast. So this is great because you can rewind, you can go back, you can watch it again. All right. Hey, Elizabeth, good to see you from Cape Cod. I hope you're starting to feel better. Marina, thank you so much as well. I'm about to wish you happy birthday. Oh my goodness, I've been talking too much, y'all. And by the way, I hope you all have a glass of wine or something. I have a cider right here, so I am enjoying a tasty beverage with y'all tonight. All right, let's go ahead and see what's next. Trish, speaking of tasty bottles, dang, this time you see the wine bottle. Again, those values are a challenge. Trish, I think you did a great job with the values. Acrylic does take a little getting used to, and I just recommend going a little bit lighter than you think because the acrylics dry a little bit darker. But I think this looks great, and I love your taste in wine. Good, you have your wine. Awesome. Awesome. Good, Wendy. I hope to see when you are finished. I really want to see what you finished. All right, let's go ahead to next. So Patricia Lane Evans, she said this is her morning dining room table studio. Things look so different in the morning light. I can't agree enough. I have a lot of lights in here that are color corrected to be closer to daylight. But if you're in a regular house, you probably have incandescent lights, or a lot of times it's a very yellow light. So I really recommend that you look at it the next day in daylight. It's going to look very different. So yeah, and I think, I've started on my dining room table, wherever you can carve out a little space and enjoy it and take the time to do this. Don't feel like you have to have a big fancy space. Don't let that get in your way. I love that you have created a space on your dining room table and that you are just doing it. You are taking the first steps. That is so incredible. All right. So Susan said her sales need a little bit further tweaking, but it was fun. I think they're great. I think these sails are phenomenal. And, now we've shown you a few of the skills that if you think the sails need tweaking, you can go back and tweak it without, overworking it. Or it always helps to take a step back and look at it. But know that you can always come back, or you can just do the painting again. You can watch the workshop again and try it again and make different decisions and see what happens. This is how we advance. This is how we get better, is to, try new things and see how they evolve. All right, let's see who's next. Adrienne is one of our incredible Creative Circle members. She's been with us for a while, and she paints so much. And I love that she paints so much. And if you can see, she's doing this on watercolor paper, which is a perfect place to do it, to try new things and to experiment and see where it's going. Adrienne, she's always posting all these paintings, and you can really see the evolution of her work, and you can see her incredible painting and her spirit in her work. And so, Adrienne, thank you so much for all that you do. And I've loved seeing your evolution, and I've loved seeing your style evolve. And, this is just a great example of paint a lot, paint often, and you will progress. You will find your style. You will get better. Just start painting. Don't let the blank canvas get in your way. All right, let's go ahead to next. Kelly said in the comments, her favorite part of last night was to see me make mistakes, to see Shelby make mistakes. It makes Kelly think that I'm not bad. It's just part of the process. I'm just reading off the comments, love. You know what, Kelly? I agree. It is 100% part of the comments. Not the comments. Speaking of mistakes, it's part of the process. Is making a mistake and learning how to improvise from that, learning how to take it forward, learning how to either edit it back out or put it back in. I've made a lot of what I thought were mistakes that then wound up being super fun or a good brush stroke. So you learn how to roll with it. And look at Brenda Lee's boats. She said she had so much fun. These boats are just a party. I love it. I love your pink accents. You clearly had so much fun with this. All right, let's go next. And Marina, she had day 1, 2, and 3, and she liked all of them. And I love seeing the evolution of the bones to the kind of middle phase to the icing on the cake. It looks great. And that, it's such an evolution. And when we trust the process and we lay in the groundwork and we get a good framework, it really sets us up for a good painting. All right, let's go next. And Tracy Gurley, she just joined the Creative Circle. This is her finished piece. Shelby, thank you for making this so fun, telling me that it's about enjoying the process and telling me to paint what I feel. I'm so excited to be in your Creative Circle. I'm ready to grow. Well, Tracy, we are so excited to have you. We can't wait to have you be a part of the Creative Circle, and really can't wait to see what you create. Okay, let's see what's next. Patricia said, and finally, I'm done. I put the brushes down and stepped away from the canvas. Haha. I love the bright colors, love the big painting, and of course, the subject. Coming from a family of sailors, sailboats are one of my favorite subjects to paint. Thank you, Shelby, for this fun session. The format of the workshops was excellent with your Q&A sessions in between, and you did a great job presenting the information. It was super fun, and I'm pretty happy with my final painting. It's amazing that you putting the brushes down is the hardest part of the entire process, because there's always one more thing we can do. There's always one more thing. So I'm glad that you enjoyed the process and had a great time and, got a little bit more confidence, and that you enjoyed painting boats. Okay, so let's go next. Mariella, she had some great fun. I love the colors in her boats. They wound up being these like incredible kind of stripes, and I think this is so fun. Good job. All right, let's see who's next. So Meg Ryan said, fun workshop. She learned a lot too. So love seeing everybody's work. All right, let's see what's next. So Sue Pote is one of our Creative Circle members. She said, this one was a little tricky for me. I want to try again, likely several times, and get the distance between the boats and the perspective more defined. It was fun, and I love this subject. You know, this is such a phenomenal example of constructive criticism with yourself. You know, she had fun. You can tell that she had things that she liked about this that she wants to carry further into her paintings. And then she identified a couple areas that she wants to try and improve next time. And so this is a great example of how you can make progress. You know, you don't say, oh, I'm a terrible painter, I can't do it. You say, you know, I instead of that, say, I want to improve the perspective and I want to define it just a little bit better. When you define that thing that you want to improve, then it gives you a plan of action. Then you know what to do to move forward and get better. And then, you know, once you've fallen in love with the process, it's not so difficult to try it again. It's not as scary. You know, what's the worst that can happen? You paint again. You live to paint another day. It's great. All right. Bonnie Parsons, she said, final painting, great class. We'll definitely try this one again. The 24 by 24 size was a good experience. So she painted in a totally different size. She tried a square format. She went a little bit bigger than we did. And she had a lot of fun with this. I love it. I love it, Bonnie. All right, let's go next. And Ellen Van Hamburg said she really enjoyed her first time ever trying to paint. See, we have absolute beginners that have never painted before, and you did a great job, Ellen. You know, sometimes if we've never painted before, it's easier than if we've tried because we don't have super crazy expectations for ourselves, and we're just there to do it for fun. And Ellen, I think you did a phenomenal job. I would have never known that this was your first time painting. I hope you keep on doing it. All right, let's see what's next. Kathy Flora is one of our Creative Circle members, and I love Kathy, and I've loved watching her evolve because she always does more than one. So she was working on at least 2 of these sailboats in tandem during the workshop. This is one of them, and she constantly is evolving and trying and testing and pushing herself, and I think that's so amazing. All right, let's see who's next. Rhonda Schmidt, this is her painting, and I love the expressive brushstrokes. Like, you can really sense energy and a movement. There's a lot that's really cool about this. All right, who's next? And finally, we have Charlotte White. Fun sailing with you. Fun sailing with you too, Charlotte. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. All right, so I think we're going to bring on one of our Creative Circle members, Bonnie Welch. Let's see if we can get her on the screen.
Hello.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Oh, how do I hear her?
Ooh.
Do I need to put
That's a
your
question.
Hold on a second. Let me check my settings here.
I might need this.
Audio speaker.
No, it's not you. It's me, because we have all the audio turned off so that we don't get a weird feedback loop.
You don't have an earbud in here. Do you have them nearby?
I do. They're in my purse. Hold on a second, Bonnie. We're going to change the audio so that
Keep that in.
so that I can hear you. Yeah. Oh, I know. You guys can hear. I can't hear because we don't want a feedback loop. So we don't want that crazy buzzing that happens. So I talk, but since I've been talking, I can't hear any of what's been going on. Didn't even think about that. The things we're having to learn in this tech age.
So much to learn.
Oh, and now my husband is trying to find something in my purse. So that's always an adventure. My backpack. It might be my backpack. Yeah.
You do not hide things in the same place I was at.
There we go. All right.
Figure this out.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, Bonnie, can you hear me?
I can. Yep. I could hear you fine.
Okay, now we're on it. Let's see. And Joe, you're not picking up two audios?
Nope.
Okay.
Can you guys hear each other?
Yep, I can hear Bonnie.
You can hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, let's make sure we're attached to all the correct things. Oh, no, I don't hear anything.
Well, Bonnie's not saying anything.
Well, do you need me to do
Oh,
anything?
hey, Bonnie, would you just say hi so I know that I can hear you?
Yes. Hi. Hi, Shelby. Hi, everybody. I wonder if this will help. I don't know. Oh, shoot.
I'm not getting your AirPods aren't
Whoops.
connected.
They're connected to my computer.
Yes, good.
Um,
I can hear you just
hold on.
fine.
Let me get.
Still you away.
All right. Am I attached to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Bonnie,
Yes.
would you talk really quickly?
Absolutely.
Okay, now I can hear you.
You can hear me good.
Okay.
Good, good.
I can. Yeah, my AirPods were connecting to the wrong computer, so it got crazy.
Okay.
So how are you doing tonight?
I am wonderful. How are you?
Good, good. It's so great to see you. And
You too.
I have just really enjoyed your work and you being a part of the creative circle. So I wanted you to kind of just tell everyone a little bit about your creative journey and what that's meant.
Okay. All right. Well, I joined the Creative Circle in April of 2021. So about 6 months now. And for me, art has always been something that I've admired and enjoyed my entire life. And I think I started young because my grandfather was a professional artist. And I just was so inspired by him as a very young girl. And always enjoyed being able to go into his studio and just play amongst his canvases and see the pieces that he was working on. And then another really wonderful memory from when I was really young was I grew up in Mystic, Connecticut. And every year they have the Mystic Art Festival, which is one of my favorite things in the world to this day. And my grandfather would have a booth at the art festival every year. And as a little girl, I would have my lemonade stand right next to his booth. And it was just a wonderful memory year after year. So it was really, really neat for me. And are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right, good. But like ever since then, I mean, I've always had art in my life to some degree. As a younger person, I had the luck of going to visit my mother's land of Holland. She came from Holland. And I'll never forget going to the museum in Amsterdam and standing before Rembrandt's Night Watch. And I just remember standing there and trying to really grasp that Rembrandt had stood before this canvas. I was looking at the brush strokes, and he'd been there, before this canvas in 1642, and it just was so magnificent to me. But I've just always been in awe of artists and what they could do. And I personally have always been a creative person, I would say. And I have done a lot of, creating things. I would collect a lot of shells and make different like mussel trees and different things like that. And I did do a lot of painting, or a little bit of painting, but a lot of photography. But as time went on, I just found that I just loved painting so much. And it just became more of a creative, almost a therapy for me in a way. And at one point I was working on a very, very a busy nursing floor, and I would come home from work, and it would be fun. I would pour myself a glass of wine. I would go out on my back deck, and I would take a shower curtain and I'd put it down on the back, and I would channel Jackson Pollock, and literally would like throw paint on the canvas that I had and created some really fun pieces. But time moved forward, and my husband is in the Navy, and we
Mm-hmm.
moved to Virginia for our for his final tour, which was just the last couple of years. And of course, COVID hit, and I just remember being online one day, and I'll say this too, that being in Virginia near the water and the beautiful beach and everything, I
Mm-hmm.
just felt so much inspiration from my surroundings to just to paint more. And one day I was online and I came across one of your paint alongs, and I absolutely loved it. I just loved it. And your teaching style and everything was just so wonderful. And I thought I wanted to look into it more, and I wanted to see about the creative circle. And at first, I was honestly, what held me back a little bit was thinking I had never shared any of my work with anybody before except for friends and family. It's kind of like my love language, and I love to make things for people and whatnot that I'm close to. But anyway, I decided to do it for myself and join the creative circle, and it's been one of the most absolutely wonderful things I've ever done. I love it so much, and I think it's just amazing. And
Fabulous.
yeah,
And
so
is that one of your muscle trees behind you?
yes, it is. Yes.
Can you
Yeah.
show it? Because you have done one of the things I've loved is how, oh, I love it. I love it. Is you have shown that creativity isn't necessarily one medium.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
oh, that's beautiful with the pearls. I
Thank
love
you.
that.
It's so
I
exciting
love
because
that.
I literally collect every single shell by hand, and it's just the most
Wow.
joyful thing to collect them. And then I made a lot of these trees, and there's a beautiful little uh, boutique in downtown Mystic, and I actually had them in there, and other things as well. But yeah, I just am really had so much fun making these. Varnish every single muscle and add the little pearls, and it's just
Oh my goodness.
kind of fun.
That's amazing. You know, it's like, and I too have followed my husband everywhere for his job, and that's really hard. It's
It
hard
is.
on it's hard being the supporting spouse and moving the family and making sure everyone's taken care of, and you know, you have to make new friends and get everyone. It's almost a full-time job, the moving. And
Oh, yes, that's true.
I know when we moved, it makes it very difficult to have a career. It makes it very difficult to really get established and have when you're things change every 18 months to 2 years. It's really
Hmm.
difficult to get into a routine, and that's where, you know, finding something creative can really be a really good grounding influence, you know, to keep us from
Definitely.
like especially it's kind of the one constant that I've found in my life through all of our moves. I mean, we've
Hmm.
as a military spouse, how many times have you moved now?
Well, it's been about 8 times in the last 13 years.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, thank your husband for his service, and
Thank you. Wait.
yeah, and also the spouses that support everything that goes into it. It's a tough thing, and I totally empathize with the like having to uproot your life and start all over again and start all over again.
Yeah.
And I've just loved seeing you with us since April.
Oh,
Um,
thank
and
you.
you've
I've
been
loved
such a bright spot. So
Thank you. Well, it's been really something amazing for me because, like you're saying, with the moving so much, it was during COVID that he was working even more than ever, and I was home. And yes, I did not have a job at the time because it was a temporary station again. And so I thought I would join the Creative Circle, and it just has been so, so wonderful. And I also knew that we would be moving back to Texas. And honestly, I was very sad to leave the water. It's just something that growing up on the water, I am so connected to it, and being away from it, I feel very, well, I'm very landlocked, but
Yeah.
I just thought doing your being in the Creative Circle, it would go with me back to Texas. And it's gone with me, and it's just made the transition even much easier for me.
That's right. You moved from Virginia Beach just before we were there,
Yes.
didn't you?
Yes.
That's what we just missed you. We were just ships passing in the night.
I know.
So where in Texas are you now?
I'm in Fort Worth.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is a little bit more landlocked, but
A little bit. Yep.
it is.
Yeah.
But you know, it's we've had members that snowbird. We've had members. We have one member that I don't know if you know, but she travels around in an RV,
No.
and yeah, so she does the Creative Circle from an RV, and will occasionally post her paintings, and yeah.
That is
Tell me a little. I know, it's so cool. Tell me a little bit about, you know, when you move, things get busy, and how does that ebb and flow work with you creatively? Like how do you stop and start without feeling frustrated, or, you know, feeling like you're behind, or how do you make that fit into your life?
Well, you were very helpful with that, because you always tell us that we're never behind, which really is wonderful, because, you know, you can feel like, oh my gosh, I haven't been able to do this class or that class. But it's so wonderful to be able to do it at your own pace when you can, even if it's at 1 in the morning, you know. But with the move, it was hectic, because we didn't have any help from the Navy this time. And so I
Yeah.
was doing all of it with my husband. And so I felt like things were on hold a little bit, but I would make a little bit of time here and there and watch one of your videos or watch one of the Q&As, do a little painting. I actually did a little bit of painting the night before we actually moved. I was sitting on the bare living room floor with my paints out, because I kept my paints and my brushes and some paper, and I just had to do it for myself, and for just to feel grounded, like you said. And it's weird, because now I've been painting so much more with you and everyone, and more than I ever have. And not being able to paint for a couple weeks actually felt strange to me. It felt strange to me. And so I was so excited to get here and set up my new studio, but it takes a lot of time. So
Oh,
it just takes time. And but what's so wonderful too is that I could lie in bed in the evening, you know, I'm very tired after unpacking a whole bunch of boxes or whatever, and I could watch a Q&A, I could watch any of your videos, and I could, like you say, you can do a little something often. You know, you don't have to necessarily be painting every single day, if you're unable to, but you can look at different videos, or you can read about art or whatnot, you know, those sorts of things.
yeah, and I love how it's a creativity practice. It's something that we form a habit. And you know, along the way we get a little bit addicted to it, right?
Yes.
It's kind of crazy, but it doesn't have to be every time we sit down and it's an hour-long painting session. Like, I know there are certain seasons where life is crazy, like moving is a great example. And when we moved here to St. Pete, that was just 2 years ago, and I had a separate box with my paints, and it traveled with us in the car, but it took me a month to find the coffee pot. And, you know, if you're going to lose anything in a move, the coffee pot is not what you want to lose.
Right.
And after about 2 weeks of not being able to find it, it became more of like a point of pride of like, I'm not going to buy a new coffee pot because I know I have, you know?
That's funny.
So it was, but I would spend that time. My studio wasn't set up. I didn't, I had like a folding table. We didn't even have like all of our bedding unpacked. We didn't have all of our clothes put away. So I would take a walk and I would explore our new neighborhood and
Mhm.
I would take pictures
Mhm.
and I would, kind of take notes and look at things with fresh eyes. And that's still the creative practice.
Right.
That's still like learning to see the world with creative eyes. And, sometimes life totally takes you away. And whether you're caring for family, you're in
Mhm.
the middle of like school, elderly parents, drama, moving, sometimes you're just emotionally exhausted and that's
Mhm.
okay. You don't have to have a big painting session. You can pull out a book of art of Jackson Pollock's art or whatever and
Mhm.
just appreciate it. You
Exactly.
can go to a gallery.
Yes. Yep.
Um,
I have been doing what you said, though, going out and about and just walking around the neighborhood.
mhm.
And even just on a walk, I can look at the clouds. And I do that a lot. I'm taking so many reference photos, which I've always done that. But I mean, so many reference photos of these beautiful cloud formations or the trees, the different
Mhm.
trees that I see around my neighborhood and stuff. And I've painted a little bit of them, and it's so much fun.
And Texas gets such big puffy clouds out there.
Oh, yes.
Y'all get
Big sky.
and big sky, and you're not that far from Bluebell country
Mhm.
and hill country. So
Yeah.
so you have so much to explore. I know it's a little bit landlocked and you're not used to it, but it's also, I love how art can connect us to a new place and help us, give us a fresh eye and help us connect to something unfamiliar. Um,
Absolutely.
So we have a request. Susie wants to see the paintings behind you. Would you do a little bit of show and tell with a couple of your paintings?
Sure. Sure. Okay. Well, these are paint-alongs with you, and this
Oh,
was in
goodness.
June. Oops. That we did recently. And I've been having so much fun. I have a problem with frames, and I found this frame
Oh,
for $2 at the thrift store. It was really ugly, and
oh, that's
repainted it.
fun.
I used rub and buff. Anyway, I thought it looked really kind of nice.
I love that. I love that.
Then
Oh,
one of
I
the
think
marshes.
we're getting requests for a member-led workshop on how to make your muscle tree.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they're very, very fragile, but what I do, as you can see, it's a cone. I get a cone, and I use a glue gun and a heck of a lot of glue, and I sit there and try not to burn myself, and which
I
I've
love
done,
it.
and it hurts. But you glue them on one at a time, starting at the bottom and just going round and round and round. It takes a long time, but I think they're kind of fun.
They're beautiful.
And then when I'm done with getting all of the mussels on, the mussel shells, I varnish them and then again glue on little pearls.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
That's what I would, as one of the things that I love is as we get to know everyone has their own talents. And I'm going to, I would really love to start bringing y'all in and, we teach each teach each other and maybe start doing some like member-led lessons and
Oh,
have y'all
yeah.
start contributing and, really have this evolve. And because it's not just about me teaching, it's about the community and it's about forming this bond around a common interest.
Absolutely. I
So
have
so
to say,
if you're
was some-
interested, we'd love to chat further about this.
okay. Cool. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Bonnie, thank you so much. This has been an absolute pleasure. So we were scheduled to also have Carissa come on, and she is a journaling. She does these awesome journals, but
Mhm.
as I said before, her life got in the way.
Yes.
So, which happens. We've talked about this. Like so many of us are mothers, daughters, aunts, and just humans, and it's we're not this one sole interest, and there is life, and literally stuff happens. So
I know.
we
And
we
you
miss her
say
tonight.
about Carissa, see, I think that, like you're saying, we all do learn from one another, and everybody is bringing something, special to the group. And she is the reason that I started journaling as well. I saw her one
Yeah.
painting, and her seascape that she did in the journal, and I thought it was so beautiful. And so
Mhm.
I came across a journal myself, and it's just been really, really enjoyable to paint in it and just play. It's been really neat.
Yeah, I love that. It's I will confess, I don't have perfectionism with my sketchbook, but it's I don't generally share them because it is so my own thoughts and linear thinking that it's not Instagram ready. It's not terribly pretty. It's I make a lot of lists. That's how I'm creative.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll kind of sit down and be like, what inspires me? And then I'll write lists. And the lists aren't pretty. It's like name 50 seashells. And I'll start researching seashells. And it's like, oh, do I like the shape of this one or of this one? And it's not like, here's a wash of something that's pretty and some gorgeous line work. And that's how journals and sketchbooks can be intensely personal. And we don't have to always make it picture perfect. It's about us,
Mm-hmm.
which is super cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I admire the people that make beautiful journals and sketchbooks.
I know. Yeah.
They're incredible. Well, thank you, Bonnie. I'm going to go ahead and make a few more announcements, but I've just loved hearing your story, and I hope everyone else has loved hearing your story. And we're going to be in touch about, like I said, we've got a lot of fun things in our thoughts that are percolating for the new year, and so we would love to hear that. And next up, we're actually going to bring Rosemary.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bonnie. I really appreciate it. It's just been a pleasure.
Thank you. I love the Creative Circle. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So if y'all have not yet met her or seen her, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Rosemary. Rosemary knows she's coming on.
I'm literally eating your birthday cake right now.
Oh, you're eating my birthday cake? Do you want to just pop on your computer?
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get on the link. So Rosemary's literally in the back office eating the birthday cake from yesterday. And she is our gallery manager. She is our back of house extraordinaire. If you've been emailing us with tech issues, payment things that you need to talk about, Rosemary is the person that you have been talking to. She's an amazing person. She's a creative, and her creative thing that she's actually in the middle of right now is she is doing yoga teacher training. So I just wanted to introduce you all so that you know a little bit more of the team. So can we go ahead and bring her on right now? Hey, Rosie. I can.
Okay.
Rose, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay. I had to close the Facebook chat because I was hearing myself in the past
Ah.
or the
Okay.
future. So there's a delay. Hi. Yes, excuse my look. I was very literally eating Shelby's birthday cake back here. But can y'all hear me okay?
We can hear you. I can hear
You can
you.
hear me? Okay.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to welcome you all. I've been getting all of your emails and text messages and all of your comments on the learning platform, and it's just so wonderful to like virtually meet you all and get to know you. And we are here for you on your journeys. It's been, these workshop weeks are always so much fun because we get to really intensively work one-on-one with you. The creative circle has been so great because people kind of check in whenever they're ready. And so we see your posts and we get to interact with you in our monthly live Q&As, and I get your emails and I get your tech questions. So I know that when you join on with us, there's a lot of different websites and technology things to get accustomed with. So we have tried to make it as streamlined as possible, but it's all new. So that's what I'm here for. I'm happy to help you with all of that. But the workshops are so cool because we actually get to like talk with you one-on-one and like really like it's in real time, I guess. It's not just, check in the morning and see who posted stuff the last night. So we've had a lot of fun with this. And yeah, I don't know. What do you want to know? I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah, we put Rosemary on the spot. So if you guys have any questions of Rosemary, you can ask her anything right now. So Diane, if you have joined and paid but still asked to be in the Facebook group, it will be pending. We won't be letting anyone in until after this is over. So that is why everything is pending. As long as y'all have paid, we will let you in the Facebook group. We do check and make sure that your email address matches so that, it is a private group. It is a very, we keep it that way so that we get to know each other better and we know it's a safe space. And we can be vulnerable as artists and try new things and not worry about strangers coming in. So Mel says she loves hearing from Rosie.
Every once in a while you get to see me. For the most part, I'm the behind the scenes gal. I'm the one answering your emails. It is flourless chocolate cake, and it's exactly what I needed on a Friday night.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I'm blown away and really impressed with everyone who has been painting along live because Shelby is an experienced painter and she can paint pretty quickly. I definitely cannot paint anywhere close to that. But when you are able to keep up and paint along with her, you should be really, really, really proud of yourselves. And I don't think many people are able to do that. Those replays are key, even when I'm just reviewing the lessons so that I know, what's going on, what kind of questions to anticipate. I have to rewind them and start over and just hit the pause button because, life happens at different paces for everyone. There's certain things that click with some people. So, for example, like I'm a very detail-oriented person and I can get overwhelmed by big picture conversations. I have to kind of prepare myself. And, Shelby is a little bit more broad strokes. And so we work really well together in that sense. But I'm always amazed when she can just visualize something and bring it to life like that. And I need to sit in the details. So we try to, give you the opportunity to learn in the way that works for you. So we always welcome feedback. We recently redesigned the learning platform so that it's a lot more like visually easy to navigate, I guess. So hopefully y'all will enjoy that new layout. And Yeah, I don't know.
And so even though like I'm often the one in front of the camera, Rosemary is, like I said, like she just said, like I had this vision, and she is often the one in there in the trenches helping make it happen. And so a huge amount of the credit goes to Rosemary, and she is so detail oriented and diligent. And so I want to give a huge thanks to her and both old members, current members, and brand new members. Nobody is old. Old is like an 8 is a mindset. I just had a birthday. Old's a mindset. It is not a number. Because I'm still 21, clearly. But we are going to be having our welcome party at noon on Monday. And so I'll come on and welcome everyone. And then if you have any questions about the tech, about logging in, about where to find things, Rosemary is going to be having office hours. So this is your chance to get on a Zoom and ask her all the questions that you have. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be doing a couple office hours next week so that, you know, you don't have to email. You can do this in real time. You can get on a Zoom and she can show you on her computer where to find things. So that come to this, we have, it's from noon to 2 on Monday. So drop in any time on Monday, and then 4 to 5 and 8 to 9 p.m. on Thursday. So we're choosing a couple different times to work with everyone's schedules. So if you have questions, bring them. This is the perfect time to do it. Oh, I'm so glad that you think it's so much better, Alicia. We tried to make it very intuitive by topic. So, you know, if I want to learn color, go click on the color section. If you want to learn technique, go click on the technique section. If you're like, where are those painting demonstrations? There you go. Or those lunchtime paint breaks, we got those for you. Awesome. Yeah, we spend so much time really working on trying to make this experience amazing for our members. And then we also take a lot of feedback from y'all to make sure that we do. So we love hearing from y'all. And if you ever have any suggestions, we always like to hear that as well.
Yes, please. We do. We send out surveys, like I said, and we love to hear what works for you, because what we think works, maybe, you know, I think our last survey was actually pretty enlightening. We thought that, you know, a certain feature was like really necessary, and then we found out that that wasn't the case at all. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that you all are. We're always learning too. All this tech stuff, it's, you know, one step less new to us than it is to you. So, you know, I give you all a lot of credit for hanging in with us, and especially this week with Facebook being so troublesome. We really appreciate you hanging in there, and we are dual streaming now to YouTube. I'm watching y'all over on YouTube as well, in case Facebook doesn't work or if you don't have it or whatnot. But know that the groups, both of the groups now, are private. So whatever you're posting to Facebook, it's not getting like published on your own news feed unless you choose to do that as well. It's just, it stays in our group. It's a safe space. We keep it that way, and so far, like, everyone has been really amazing. I don't think we've had any like bad apples in the past 18 months. So this has been a journey, and y'all make it totally worth it. So
yeah, I would agree. So Rosemary, I'm going to call out the members that we've had join since our lunchtime.
Yes, more dots.
Session. Yes, we have more dots. And if you notice the wall behind me, other side, the wall behind me is getting more and more dots. We have Renee and Lisa and Carrie and Lori and Betsy and Angie and Leah and Mindy and Tammy and Christy and Kate and Tamara and Yvonne, Linda, Jean-Marie, Jean Marie, if I mispronounce anyone's names, please let me know because I want to get them right. We have Bonnie and Deb and Bianca, and we have a Jeff and Ginger and Sharon and Sally, and we have
That sounds good.
I saw a name that I wasn't sure which. In one way, I saw it was Shah Harshal. I'm not sure which name is the family name. So if you would let me know, I would love to know so that I pronounce it correctly. So welcome everyone. We are so excited to have you as part of the Creative Circle, and I just love all you guys. We're gonna have so much fun. And Supoti is having a pineapple martini. I love that. Patricia, I did see your question. Let me scroll up and go grab it again. What do you call the style of painting? I refer to my sailboats on my Facebook page as abstract. And someone tried to call me out on it in the comments. Why are you calling it abstract? Clearly it's a painting of a subject, boats with sails. That's a great question. I would say it's contemporary. It's definitely more abstracted. Rosemary is actually the great person to answer this question because she has a deep knowledge in art history. What would you say the
There's
genre
like
is?
contemporary impressionism, maybe.
There you go.
It gives the impression, the feeling, the gesture of the scene without it being, overly detailed, because loose is fun, y'all.
It is. Yeah. Don't. At the same time, don't feel like we have to be bounded by a box, right? It's what comes from you. It's what comes from your soul. Why do we don't have to put a name on it. I do some more abstracted work that is, different viewpoints and also if you lead with joy, don't worry about the haters. Just keep doing you. It's all about your joy and there's usually the people that are seeking to correct the minor details about stuff. Don't let them take your energy from you. So don't worry about them, Patricia. The yellow and blue painting, this one. Robin, that's the sunflower. That's a sunflower that we did. This is the sunflower that we did in the workshop a little bit ago. So that's what that is. I showed it at the live earlier today. I was kind of talking about the difference between the painting demos that I do, which are usually a little bit smaller when I work with them. They're about an hour in teaching, and then once a quarter when we get together for the workshops, that's a couple-day event. I paint bigger. We all do it kind of together. We interact in real time a little bit more. Even though there are replays, we tend to kind of congregate as a group and interact, and it's more like this. We did a couple of them over the summer, and the next one this winter is also going to be members only again. And these are the monthly painting demonstrations that are still full paintings. They're beautiful paintings, but they're pre-recorded, and you can do it on your own time. This is the one that's coming up. It's all about reflections, how to paint a shiny object. So this was all forks and knives, and our Creative Circle hasn't seen this yet because this gets released in a couple weeks. Yeah, I love this. You do you, y'all, 100%.
So the other painting you're seeing is actually a really big painting. It's behind her easel, so you're only seeing the top corner of it. So there's like a peg wall behind. I think she's seeing sea salt.
Oh, yeah, that's a really...
I think that's what is. Nope, other side over there, like right there, but on your screen.
Oh, on the back. If it's on the back wall, it is one of my big paintings that I take to shows. It's that one's too big to get off. But I will. You know what I'll do is I'll post a picture of it in the Creative Circle. How about that? Deal? Perfect. I'll do that. So let's see. The Creative Circle is open through midnight tonight, and we would love to have you join. It is $29 for the monthly, and that gives you access to all of our painting demonstrations, our skill builders, everything that we've already done with that. And then it gives you access to future workshops. So it would give you access to our January workshop. As long as you're a member, you get access to our current workshops. Mm-hmm. If you're an annual member, you get everything that the monthly members get, plus access to our previous workshops, like the sunflowers that you just saw. And in addition to that, you get 12 months for the price of 10 months. So it's really a wonderful value. And if you think about, if you were to go to an in-person workshop, a 2-day weekend workshop, that's going to be at least like $500, right? This you can do from your own home on your own time. You get so many ways to develop your skills. You get to follow along with me at your own pace. You get a wonderful community, and you know it's about the cost of lunch with friends on a monthly basis. You know, it's really a fabulous value. This is one of the benefits of being online. We can do it at a price point, and you can do it on your own time and at your own pace. Whereas if we were in person, you wouldn't have a recording. So if you didn't get the information, then it's gone, and it would be much pricier. All right. So without further ado, we do have some winners. So I want to just go over the winners that we have had over the last couple nights. So our night 1 winner, she won the Big Magic book, was Nancy Joyner. Night 2, we had 3 people win 1 month free of the Creative Circle. And so that went to Diane Boland, Carrie Bloom, and Robin Peterson, who was just asking the questions. And last night, we had 3 people win 1 month to the Creative Circle. And so that was Tracy Gurley, Jackie Skirla, and Mary Chairs. Oh, I'm sorry. I got this wrong. Sorry. Jackie Skirla, Mary Chairs, and Sylvie all won 1 month to the Creative Circle. And our grand prize winner, who won 6 months to the Creative Circle, was we need a drum roll. Hey, Rosemary, you have the hype button. It's Tracy Gurley. Tracy, you have won the 6 months free to the Creative Circle. So I just want to congratulate you. We are so excited to have you. Tracy, everyone, we will be letting you guys know. We will be emailing you that you got your free month. If you have already paid, what we'll do is we are going to basically just refund you for that 6 months or the 1 month or whatever. So congratulations. We are so excited to start this next journey with you guys. We have so much in store for the rest of this year. We have an ornament exchange coming up. We have some great community stuff coming up. In the new year, we're going to do some wonderful workshops and really get you all involved and start really getting the community working together and doing some incredibly fun, creative things and just sparking that creativity. So I hope that you join us. We have our welcome party / office hours start at noon on Monday. We'll be sending out a Zoom link. So if you are in the Creative Circle, we will send out an email, and then we will post the link, the Zoom link. It's going to be via Zoom. So we'll post the link in the Creative Circle Facebook group. And if you are on the Creative Circle text list, we will text you that link. So we will be sending it out 3 different ways. And then
welcome packages. Your welcome boxes are going out on Monday. So we're going to get those ready for you. All the new members get a little goodie box. Shelby showed you the other day the early bird swag box, which is full of like really beautiful goodies, and everyone who joins gets a welcome package which has some sample materials for you to try painting on. So we've got something a little bit toothier, something super smooth, and something that's a more everyday material for you to practice painting on, so you can get a feel for what you like, so you can start to build your own supply arsenal. So we'll get those out next week.
Yep. And something, we always have questions about supplies. Start with what you have. If you have student grade supplies, if you have like the Hobby Lobby brand supplies, start buying tubes one at a time. Like, don't feel like you have to immediately go out and invest a whole bunch of money in this. I know when I was a student and just learning, I would go and like, how you get the 40% off at Joann's or Michael's, and they have one every week. I would take that and buy my tube of paint, and until I had all the tubes that I needed. And so don't feel like you have to have it all at once. Just start adding to your arsenal. Start finding the things that you like. Start exploring, but don't feel like you have to go out and spend a ton of money on supplies, and also realize the supplies that you're going to have will last you quite a while. They'll last you for many paintings, and we can't wait to have you guys and see what you do and see how much you progress and how much you come into your own as artists and creatives. And we truly appreciate you, and we do this for you. And I can't wait to get all these dots up and add you guys to our big wall. We now have this amazing rainbow going, and it's really cool. It makes me happy every day that I see it. So thank you all. So Rosemary whoa, what's going on back there? Rosemary got me a hype button for my birthday. So that's the air horn that you see. It's a button that you hit and it does the air horn noise. And so we've been having a lot of fun with that the last couple days. As Rosemary's knocking things over. So we are so excited to have you guys. Oh my goodness. Yes, Sue, that is the organization. We truly appreciate y'all and have so much fun. I am going to let you know, after this, we'll be letting you into the Facebook group. However, Rosemary and myself are going to be signing out for the remainder of the weekend. So we are going to, starting Saturday and Sunday, we are going to be taking those 2 days off. So if you have questions and you send an email, they will not be answered until Monday. And we do this disclaimer so that we can come into the creative circle and be fresh and ready to give you all of this energy. We're going to take this weekend and recharge. And we've had an amazing week, and we can't wait to see you guys Monday. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't joined yet, you have until midnight. We have the link down below. Go ahead and join. We promise it'll be a lot of fun and it'll be worth it. And we love to see what you guys can do. So thank you again. Have a fabulous weekend. And all of our new Creative Circle members, we will see you on Monday at noon.
Thank you all.
All right,
See you
y'all.
next week.
Bye.